Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. This is your host, Jamie Clarkson. Let's find your minor. Or should I say, what in the world is a minor? As a student coming into college, I was faced with a lot of jargon that I was just expected to know. I learned them along the way, but there were some bumps in the road. Minors are just one of these concepts. We've already mentioned minors a few times on this podcast already, and I thought it would be a great idea to give you guys a quick rundown and some advice on college minors. Sometimes they're called certificates or specializations. Some colleges require minors while others don't even offer them, but typically colleges offer them as an option. The details vary by college, but they usually all boil down to the same thing. Minors are a collection of about 5 to 7 classes, all in one particular subject that can be pursued alongside a bachelor's degree of a different subject. Now let's break that down. Depending on the field in the university, it only takes about 5 to 7 classes to earn a minor. To put that into perspective, a bachelor's degree takes about 40 classes. One thing to keep in mind is that bachelor's degrees can be split into two parts: the general education requirements set by the university and the major requirements set by the degree program. Minors, on the other hand, have no general education classes. That means if you decide to minor in biology, you will only take classes in biology to earn the minor. But you aren't completely exempt from general education classes. Minors can only be pursued if you're already pursuing a major in college. They can't be pursued alone. On top of this, you can't minor in the same thing you're majoring in. You can't be a history major with a history minor. Sorry, guys. So, what minors can you get? Again, this depends on the school. But usually, if there's a certain major offered at your college, there is likely a minor in that subject or a similar subject. Now that we know what minors are, let's understand why people choose to pursue them. There are two basic reasons that people choose to take on a minor: to tailor their education to the dream career or outcome, or to study something that they truly enjoy but decided not to major in. For some, minors are to focus their major. Say you want to study sports broadcasting, but your dream college doesn't offer it. You can major in journalism and minor in sports management. Sometimes people opt for minors instead of majors because they enjoy the subject, but they're worried that a degree in that subject wouldn't lead to many job prospects. This way, they can still study what they love without worrying whether or not it would lead to a career. Maybe your passion can't be narrowed down to just 2 subjects. The good news is you can add as many minors as you'd like. While a minor doesn't carry the same weight as a major, it can be used to your advantage. Once you're out of college, a lot of employers like to see diversity in education. If you take on a minor that is much different than your major, it shows that you are a well-rounded person. On top of that, it shows that you are able to take on extra coursework. That is, of course, if you are actually able to take on the extra coursework. Now that we know what a minor is, it's my turn to give an honest perspective on it. If you've listened to the podcast before, you will know that I am currently pursuing a journalism major. But what you may not know is that I'm also pursuing a certificate in women's gender and sexuality studies. Adding this minor was one of the best things I have done in college. I truly love the subject, and it went well with my major. But the honest truth is that I took on the minor because I had room in my schedule to do so. The journalism degree at my university requires a specialization, and conveniently, the specialization requirements are about the same as most minor requirements. On top of this, I had a lot of flexibility in my schedule anyway, because I took classes at a community college in high school, the credits transferred, and it satisfied a lot of my major requirements at this university. One thing I noticed is that through my general education requirements, there were some minors that I came close to earning anyway. If I liked this subject and was willing to take on a few extra classes, I could have earned another minor. Some of my friends had similar experiences. Along the way, I've picked up and dropped minors in anthropology and social media, among other things. Ultimately, I dropped these because either I wasn't passionate enough for it to be worth it, or the coursework would lead me to stay in college longer than I wanted to. These decisions were purely personal. My advice is to consider these factors. Do I have time in my schedule for this? I would either have to take extra classes every semester or stay an extra semester or 2 to finish the requirements. Can I take these requirements on top of my major requirements? Furthermore, can I take them on successfully? How will taking this on benefit me? If it's purely a passion project, is this an education I could take on alone through personal research? In my personal experience, most people I've met in college have some sort of minor, certificate, or specialization. But just because they do does not mean they are a better student by any means. The amount you have on your plate does not always reflect your work ethic or passion. Thank you for listening to this special bonus episode of Let's Find Your Major. I hope to do more episodes like this in the future. If you have any questions or requests, feel free to send them to letsfindyourmajor@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter @findyourmajor. And you can find me on Instagram @Danny Clarkson, DANNICLARKSON, and on Twitter @NotReallyDanny. I will also be linking all the websites I got my information from if you want to check them out. As always, thank you for listening. I'll see you next time.